Hi, thank you for joining us for Black Mamas Presents Lactation Education. My name is Aphrica Farrow. I am a doula with Black Mamas ATX and a lactation consultant. And today we're going to be talking about breastfeeding, why it's important, what are the benefits of breastfeeding, some diet and nutritional facts while you're breastfeeding. We'll talk about pumping and storage, and we'll talk about some common challenges when it comes to breastfeeding. And then finally, we'll give you some resources that you may need for your breastfeeding journey. So before we get started, we want to acknowledge a disclaimer. Included in this slideshow and presentation is the consistent use of the word mother, the term breastfeeding, and the depictions of cis women. While this is the default choice of wording and imagery, I do recognize that this information may be utilized by other caregivers, such as partners, adoptive parents, gender non-binary, or trans folks that may not identify with the default terminology. This presentation is also not medical advice. A note on historical context. The Black community has a heavy history that affects our breastfeeding rates and beliefs. The history involves generational trauma and targeted exploitation by formula companies. And we're going to talk about why it's important first off. So why is breastfeeding important? It's important because it's the biological norm and it's species specific. It is what your baby's body and brain expect and is the optimal food for human babies. It's designed to meet the nutritional and anti-infective needs for optimal growth, development, and survival. It is essential for the development of the immune system. And it's what your babies need to develop. So when we talk about developing, we talk about the touch that it provides from mom to baby. We talk about the interaction with the baby being right next to mom, and the mom being able to look at baby and baby being able to see mom. So there's that interaction. The response to the baby's needs with that baby being right there, you're able to see those cues, the baby's hunger cues, from the fluttering of the eyes, the moving of the lips, the hand to mouth, and even the crying. You're able to recognize that and respond to the baby's needs sooner. It provides food, right? Your breast provide breast milk, and that is what your baby needs. And then there's the shelter part. A cool fact about breastfeeding is that your breast can simultaneously change in temperature, and it can help to stabilize the baby's temperature and blood sugars and all those things shortly after birth. And so it provides this shelter and a safe shelter and environment for your baby. So breastfeeding meets all of your child's developmental needs. So we have a picture of these cubes, or if you want to call them blocks, building blocks, that we used when I was at WIC. And it shows the difference between breast milk, well, some of the difference between breast milk and formula, and the things that breast milk has that formula doesn't have. And so we just talk about breast milk has many things that formula is missing to make your baby strong, healthy, and smart. And so some of those things are that breast milk protects your babies from ear infections, diarrhea and constipation, pneumonia, SIDS, or sudden infant death syndrome. It helps protect against obesity, diabetes, asthma and allergies, and even some types of cancer. So you can just kind of see how it stacks up. It has antibodies, anti-cancer benefits. It has enzymes and different things that you can't recreate in formula. So some of the benefits for baby, the long-term benefits for baby for breastfeeding is that the baby will be less likely to develop breast cancer, ovarian cancer, or type 2 diabetes as an adult. It also helps with the brain development and cognitive performance. And some of the benefits for a parent are it helps the uterus contract. So as the baby's breastfeeding, it helps the uterus to get back to its normal shape after birth. It helps prevent hemorrhaging and bleeding. It helps burn calories. So a lot of people talk about, breastfeeding, how they were able to lose weight faster was because that breastfeeding helps burn those calories. It also reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, high blood pressure. It can help with symptoms associated with postpartum depression, helps with cognitive function. It definitely can save you some money. And it also can sometimes help delay other pregnancy if you're exclusively breastfeeding. I would definitely talk to your doula or a lactation consultant for more information about that. But the reason why exclusively is highlighted is because you're not supplementing with a bottle. You're literally just keeping your baby to the breast. That every feeding is consistently you're breastfeeding. Okay. So just an FYI, if you're wanting more information, please reach out to someone.